And our today's topic is orthonormal vectors or orthonormal set, and later we will be studying or defining orthonormal bases. What are orthonormal vectors? Before that, I should recall you about orthogonal vectors. What will we call orthogonal vectors? Orthogonal vectors are those whose inner product is equal to 0. But what are orthonormal vectors? Orthonormal vectors are those whose vector inner product is equal to 0 along with the condition that the norm of the first vector is equal to 1 and also the norm of the second vector is also equal to 1. So let's come to the proper definition, which says that suppose we have an inner product space X and we take two elements X and Y from the inner product space X, and if their inner product is equal to 0 and also the norm of the first element or the first vector is 1, also the norm of the second vector is 1, then we say that the two elements X and Y are orthonormal. So the definition can be summarized as that two vectors X and Y are said to be orthonormal if their inner product is 0, also the norm of each individual vector is equal to 1. Now you can see that if the inner product of xy is equal to 0 and norm of x is equal to 1 is equal to norm of y, then the similar will be the case with the reverse order. I mean the inner product of yx will be also equal to 0 and also the inner product of y equal to 1 equal to norm of y equal to 1 equal to norm of x will also hold. It means this property will also hold in the reverse in the symmetric order. Therefore we can say that orthonormality is also a symmetric property. So if two xy are equal to 0 inner product, then the inner product of yx will also equal to 0. So that is why we can see that the orthonormal vectors holds the property of symmetry. So as we studied in the previous definition, 0 is such a vector whose inner product is equal to whose inner product with any element of a set of an inner product space is equal to 0, and we know that along with the condition that norm of x will be equal to 1. So if any element x whose norm is equal to 1 and we take its inner product with 0, of course it will have the result as 0. Therefore any element in inner product space who has norm equal to 1 will be orthonormal to the element 0, to the 0 vector, you can say. Now coming towards the definition of the orthonormal set, so compare it to the concept of the orthogonal set. It is similar to that. What is an orthonormal set? A set whose distinct elements are orthonormal to each other is called as orthonormal set. For example, we have a set S and we have elements x1, x2, x3 up to xn inside this in this set, and if we take any two distinct elements, for example x1, x2, or we take x2, x3, or we take x1, x3, or whatever, then the inner product of those two will be equal to 0, and providing the condition that both will have the norm of as individual element equal to 1. So for example, if I have x1, x2 up to xn elements over here, and I take two random elements, for example x2 and x3, then remember that if they belongs to an orthonormal set, this means that their inner product must be equal to 0. Also norm of x2 will be equal to 0 and norm of x3 will also be equal to 0. So this is how we define the orthonormal set. The whole subset of the inner product space X, and this subset wholly will be called as orthonormal set if every two distinct or every two different elements are orthonormal. So mathematically we can write symbolically that xi, xj inner product will be equal to 0 for every I, whenever I is not equal to j. It means for every two different elements this will be equal to 0. But when I is equal to j, And remember that xi will be equal to 1 no matter I is equal to 1, I is equal to 2 or whatever. Therefore they have written that for all I, norm of xi will be equal to 1. But this will not hold true for same element. I mean inner product of xi must not be equal to 0. Now coming towards the definition of orthonormal basis. What are bases actually? First you should recall that definition. So basis is a set of such elements which spans the whole inner product space. For example, we have an inner product space X, this one, and we have a set of elements, for example S. Then we say that this S is a basis to the inner product space X if and only if every element of this X can be written in the form of the linear combination of the elements of this set. Or in other words, you say that if this set spans the inner product space X, then we say that this S act as a basis for the inner product space X. This is how we define basis. And now coming towards the definition of orthogonal basis and orthonormal basis. What are orthogonal basis? For example, we have an inner product space X and we have a set of bases, for example this one. Okay, so R cube is an inner product space and this is a basis for the R cube. We say that this will be orthogonal basis if it contains orthogonal elements, and if it contains orthonormal elements, then we say that it will be orthonormal basis. So simple is that if a basis contains orthogonal vectors, then we say that this is orthogonal basis, and if it contains orthonormal vectors, we say that this is an orthonormal basis. To explain this is the best example we can provide. That for example, we have R cube as an inner product space and we have a basis of these elements 1 0 0 0 1 0 and 0 0 1. Everybody know that the whole R cube can be spanned from the elements of this set. So therefore we say that this set is a basis for R cube. Now we want to check if this is an orthonormal basis or not. To check this as an orthonormal basis, we will see that if these elements satisfy this condition or not. If these elements, every two distinct element of this set satisfy these conditions, then we say that yes, these are orthonormal. To check the truth or the falsity of this, the orthonormality of these elements, we say that the defined inner product is the Euclidean inner product. What is Euclidean inner product? Euclidean inner product is defined by this. When you say inner product and you define it like this: u1v1 plus u2v2 plus unv to so on. As for we have only three elements over here in this set, this one. So we can say that if we multiply these two elements, okay, so by under the inner product of the Euclidean inner product, as you can say the dot product. So if you multiply the elements of the given basis in this format in the dot product, then obviously you will get the answer as 0. This means that every two elements of this set, when you will multiply it under dot product or under Euclidean inner product given, then their inner product will become equal to 0, of course. And similarly, if you are taking its norm, and norm is defined by the given norm which already I provide you, that norm of x is equal to this one, and this is defined, inner product is defined already, then we can see that norm of this element is equal to 1, norm of this is equal to 1, norm of every element written over here is equal to 1. So their norm is equal to 1, and the inner product of every two elements will be equal to 0. So these elements are satisfying the property of orthonormality. Therefore we can say that this base which spans R cube is an orthonormal base.